Finally time to get this one underway. Rainy skies are gone, sun here to stay in Richmond as the Kickers take on the Charlotte Independents. Phil Galati with you for this one, tonight's contest presented by UCrops. Before we get underway, as always, we will take a look at the standings in the table, but not long left in the regular season, and look how close this race is. 31 points for 3 teams just above the playoff line. Charlotte, one of them, maybe Alta as well, in action later tonight. Fuller, Madison, and Greenville will play at the same time as this match. We'll keep you updated on that one. Meanwhile, Richmond just below them on 23 points. Second from the bottom, but a win tonight could change everything. As for the first meeting, the only meeting so far in 2025 between these two teams, it was Charlotte's first match of the campaign, and the first goal scored by Anton Sorensen. Good enough for all 3 points. 1-0 the final. The Independents started the season so brightly, but since then, the Jacks have struggled a little bit. Richmond as well, facing some adversity of their own. When you take a look at the last 5 matches, Charlotte have just 1 win. In fact, 1 win in their last 12. That is a streak that dates all the way back to 2019 for fewest wins in a 12-match stretch. Meanwhile, for Richmond, trying to right the wrongs of a midweek loss, 5-2 to Portland Hearts of Pine, but they have been able to get some good results as of late with a lot of different goal scorers. However, it is a goal stopper. That is the change tonight. Pablo Jara, your player to watch, presented by Guayaquil Yerba Madre. In for James Sneddon, the 19-year-old who Darren Sawansky says is up there with the best in the league, gets a rest. Pablo Jara, who appeared and started in the very first USL League One game. Veteran now making his 3rd appearance of 2025. Meanwhile, another veteran at the other end for Charlotte, and an Independence debut for Amal Knight. His first USL League One match in 329 days. The man capped 11 times with the Reggae Boys of Jamaica, formerly of Lexington SC. USL League One fans will know his shot-stopping ability well. Richmond really gonna have to put on some tricks in the final third to beat him. So almost time to get this one underway. We talked about a couple changes to the starting 11 at the goalkeeper position. We'll show you the full starting 11, and then of course the first half kick from City Stadium on the other side of the break. See you soon.
Asia, your car's small.
It's a little cramped, but it's fine.
Fine? When you became MVP once, was that fine? No, you did it twice.
They built you a statue.
But you're fine with this tiny car when you could just sell it to CarMax?
You're right. It's not fine.
Can't feel my legs.
Never settle on the lot or on the court. CarMax.
We choose Impossible Pups because of their enrichment activities and the fun photos they send home every day. We choose Impossible Pups because Kendall is excited when I drop her off and she's excited when I pick her up.
My favorite part about working at Impossible Pups is that the staff here feels like family. It's seeing new dogs come in and build long-lasting confidence.
At Impossible Pups, your dog isn't just staying at a kennel, they're staying at the home away from home.
Welcome to Royal New Kent Golf Club. Designed by world-renowned architect Mike Strantz, Royal New Kent's a one-of-a-kind Irish-style golf course located 20 minutes east of Richmond, Virginia. Royal New Kent was featured in Golf Week's top 100 public courses in the country. Hidden behind grassy knolls and hand-stacked rock walls, each hole offers several playing options to fit a wide range of abilities. Visit royalnewkent.com or follow us on social media for more information on tee times and rates. Remember, come to Royal New Kent Golf Club to Golf Ireland in Virginia.
We would not have a business today if it weren't for the support of many, many people within the Richmond community. To me, we're working as a team to enhance the quality of life for all residents.
It's about being the best that you can be. It's about enriching the lives of people in your community. There's a reason why we have the tagline Nourish, because it's really about nourishing the lives of the people that work for us and the people that we serve. That's what the UCrops brand stands for.
After meeting at the very start of the season, Charlotte and Richmond set to square off again. Tonight's contest presented by Virginia Hispanic Chamber. before we get into the thick of things, let's take a look at the starting 11 for both sides and a number of changes, notably for Richmond, going with a 4 at the back option, a little bit different than what we've seen in recent weeks. Again, Pablo O'Hara, the change in between the post. Maxi Schenfeld on the left, Simon Fitch on the right. Meanwhile, Nils Seufert will take that holding midfielder role with Adrian Billhart up top for just his second start of the campaign. Next to him, Darwin Espinal leading the goal scoring for the Kickers with 8 on the campaign. As for Charlotte, a number of other changes as well for this side. 4-3-2-1, a little bit of a flip, usually seeing a 4-2-3-1. Again, look for the overload in midfield with this side, with Bashir and Jai in particular, given so much positional freedom. John Baccaro as well, going to make those runs in behind. Anton Sorensen, who scored his lone goal of the season in the first match between these two sides back in March, gets the nod at the left back spot. Not Fabrice Nga or Pele Ousmane, so a little bit of a different look for Charlotte defensively as well. Maybe it will lead to their long-awaited success. Independence on the right side of your screen in the gold, Richmond in the iconic, historic red. First match of the season for Charlotte was that 1-0 win against Richmond, and they started the season so brightly after that, but since then they have struggled to pick up points. 1 win from 12 matches. It's their worst streak since 2019. But head coach Mike Jeffries, we had a chance to speak with him earlier this week, it is far from doom and gloom. This team has been creating chances, just haven't been dispatching them at the rate they saw earlier in the season. So now with a little bit of a different look in the heart of midfield, maybe that'll shift some things around, create some new openings for certain players to make different runs in behind and catch Richmond by surprise. Early ball sent in, and Jai was up for it. So too in support is Romero. Will come all the way out to Anton Sorensen. First look as well at Amal Knight in the orange goalkeeper kit for Charlotte. Capped 11 times with the Reggae Boys, the Jamaica men's national team. His debut for his new club as we take a look at the players not available, presented by Bon Secours. And in fact, Richmond and Charlotte playing at full strength, roster size, something that both coaches touched on when we had a chance to speak with them earlier this week. There are some big teams in USL League One. These two clubs with a smaller roster than some, but have still been able to find their ways to success. And both at full strength means we could see plenty of different options as this game goes on. This game as well, mentioned a little earlier, not the only contest currently underway in USL League One. Greenville Triumph and Forward Madison have just kicked off as well. Keep a close eye on that one. The two teams sitting just above Richmond in the table. Clever idea. The 1-2 from Oshabani. Moved along one more time for Cheney. Got it caught underneath him. Baccaro was making the underlapping run. Oshabani again. Dimmick turned away. Give and go clip forward, but this is better movement from Charlotte. As Pablo O'Hara will get into the flow of things. Played in the very first USL League One match for South Georgia Tormenta. 2022 league champion with them. 9,600 minutes all-time, second in League One history, and that's a nervy moment at the back, and nearly a poor giveaway. It looked to be Maxi Schenfeld, who was caught dribbling towards his own goalkeeper. Now Sorensen will have a go, and it slices high and wide. Paulo Hara with one clean sheet to his name this season in his 2 appearances. As for the keys to tonight's game, presented by CarMax for Charlotte, again, the quality of chances. One has maligned them as of late. Been able to get forward, sometimes putting up 24 shots, but only a few of them on target, and of those, not many looking likely to go in. Quality over quantity, the key for them. Meanwhile, for Richmond, with the 4 at the back look, it's going to be about controlling the channels. The last 4 matches coming into tonight, Richmond experimented with a 3-back system and then 2 wide midfielders to turn it almost into a 5 out of possession. Now they've reverted back to a 4, which has been the go-to for most of this year, but anytime as a player you're changing things up just a little bit, it does take some time to adjust. And so with less options in the channels, Richmond still want to dominate that part of the pitch. Launch forward for Bill Hart. Again, making his 2nd start of the year. 17th total appearance, just 1 goal to his name. Stark contrast from Adrian Bellhart's 2024 campaign with the Kickers. Started 15, had 5 goals. But Richmond with a surge of talent from their youth ranks, especially in the final third, with players like Landon Johnson, 17-year-old Andrew Richmond as well, getting a couple games. Plus the addition of Joshua Kirkland, who has 7 goals to his name. Richmond native, just 23 years of age. Bill Hart with a chance to prove why he should be back in the 11. Forward for Terzaghi, who was behind him, but the veteran nearly able to scoop it into his path. Fitch on the 2nd opportunity. And a big tackle right at the edge of the area. The referee immediately waving it off. A great ball forward to Christian Cheney. Cheney trying to wrong foot his mark, and instead, Guillaume Franca with an expertly timed tackle. It may be a rare sight tonight to see Christian Cheney operate in that sort of space. There's just Franca between him and the goal, and 40 yards as well. Usually Christian Cheney has 1 or 2 defenders breathing right down his neck and no time to turn and face them. So when a forward of his athleticism, his speed, gets a chance to drive at goal, he has to make the most of it, because those chances will be few and far between. Camaro's standing it up, headed down easily enough, and now under the care of Darwin Espinal. What a pickup he's been for Richmond this year. Sidelined for a few games with injury and has immediately revitalized this side. Espinal gets the attack going with Simon Fitch. Bill Hart on the overlap. Has time to stand it up, instead cutting back to his favored left foot. Clever back heel as well. O'Dwyer. Seufert making the run. James Vaughn directing traffic from the middle of the center circle. Just his 7th start of the year. Terzaghi went to ground, keeps it alive for the hosts. Clever idea, but Omar Sis read it. The man who was honored with his Centurions jersey for Charlotte ahead of the Independence's bout with Richmond at the start of the year. Come off Moshabani last for a goal kick. The USL on the CBS Sports Network continues in September with Championship Eastern Conference rivals battling to stay in the playoff hunt. Indy 11 take on Birmingham Legion FC on Sunday, September 21st, tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Milhard going over, and a simple foul for the referee to call. Mario Maric, the man with the whistle tonight. Great ball in behind, and Amal Knight will sprint out to meet it. He is the type of goalkeeper to take command of his area. Use the full extent of the 18-yard box. Especially with the weather earlier today and a goalkeeper that is quick to pounce as Knight is. Richmond will have to play that Route 1 pass perfectly if it is to come off the way they hope it to. Romero, the idea was there from Tumi Moshabani. Execution not so much, and now Nils Seufert with space. Options either side. Forced to turn back, if only for a moment. This is Espinal. Lost his balance a bit as he went to strike it. It's been Richmond's turn with the swing of the momentum. Yet to conjure their first shot of the match, still very early on, but this is the sight that Kickers fans would be hoping for, to drive at Charlotte, be willing to take players on the dribble. As Terzaghi will have to back up, has to not receive an early yellow card. Baccaro. Sorensen trying to nutmeg his defender as Baccaro gets onto the loose ball. Around 1 and a second. Stood it up and, in fact, over the run and the goal. John Baccaro, the dead ball specialist for this Charlotte side. A chance to ask head coach Mike Jeffries about the talent that he brings to this Independence roster. Baccaro, formerly a Mac Herman Trophy winner at Wake Forest, awarded annually to the nation's best player in college soccer. He said it's Baccaro's insight and field vision that can give us opportunities like this one. Took a deflection though. O'Hara will fall and stay on it. Both starting goalkeepers tonight, 31 years of age. It's a much different look than the real identity of Richmond this season, revolving around the talent they've been able to bring up through their academy. really is quite staggering how many players from this area of the country have not only been able to play professional soccer this year, but also compete at the highest level. Coming together right in front of the referee, who's had a chat with Clay Dimmick. Guillaume Franca knows the punishment that he was going to face there. It's definitely a foul. Don't think there's enough in that for a yellow card. Careless, yes. Reckless, probably not. Clay Dimmick, who has played every minute this season for Charlotte. Good looking cross. Franca was first to it. And then Seufert the second, as he's fouled as well. Charlotte not going to step up. Richmond taking their space. It's a little bit of a different look to how these two sides first played against each other back in March. Granted, that was the season's length ago. There is space in the channels for Richmond. Early cross, led by Spielman this time. Is exactly the type of play that Richmond were looking for. There's acres of space to work that ball in. Not a ton of options though. Fitch. Billhart. Skips in between two defenders. Terzaghi with a check and a turn. Headed down right in front. Seufert onto it and goes over for the free kick. Taken quickly. Terzaghi with the low drive. And Amal Knight makes his first save in USL League One in 329 days. Two veterans squaring off. And it would have been an impossibly small space for Terzaghi to try and thread that needle, notwithstanding against the goalkeeper of Amal Knight's talent. First corner of the night will go the way of the hosts. Sent right back in. Spielman with the glancing header to concede a second. Nick Spielman, who has also played every minute this year for Charlotte, named the USL League One second team last year for the Independents. Before that, made over 50 appearances across 3 campaigns for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Sent in, and the referee will sound the whistle. Marcelo Lage now will get an address from the referee. Scored his first goal for Richmond off a corner kick. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Set to enter the 20th minute from City Stadium. Phil Galati with you. Still scoreless between the Richmond Kickers and the Charlotte Independents. Their second meeting of the campaign. Terzaghi with a lone try on target. Maybe a chance for Charlotte to have their first now. Jai dropping back. It's very fluid in that middle third for the visitors. A lot of players given positional freedom, wanting to work back for the ball or make darting runs off it to try and drag defenders out of position. Jai doesn't want to go forward. Shabani, Baquero, Sis. You can see now the philosophy for Charlotte, passing and moving. Baquero onto it, goes over. Leaving his feet was Franca, but he appeared to get the ball. Danger still present for Richmond. Kept in play. Romero. On his left, overcooked it. Dimmick gonna get there and win the throw. It's a captain's challenge there. Dimmick once more. Baquero. Dimmick in once again. Cheney going over at the back post. Pablo Jara barking orders at his side to step up, try and put some pressure. Charlotte having a lot of time on the ball, especially with dribbling like that. Dwyer blocking the cross, robbed of the rebound. Shot blocked once again though, this time by Vaughn. Spoke about the importance of chance creation for Charlotte in terms of the quality they'll be looking for. Quality pass to the far side. Dimmick's touch though into no man's land. The quality of the chances from Charlotte haven't materialized just yet. They haven't really made a lot of chances yet. Richmond's turn to go forward. Fitch went down. Stays alive with Billhard at the byline. Going over and penalty kick awarded. In his second start of the year, the man in his sophomore season with Richmond earns the spot kick. Saw that exact same move a few minutes earlier, dragging a second defender and then scooping the ball in between them both. It's Anton Sorensen back into the starting lineup who commits the foul. The man who scored against Charlotte in the Independents' season opener. And now Amal Knight will face his first penalty for his new side. Darwin Espinal Standing with the ball under his arm. It looks like he'll be the one to take it, but you never know these days. Trickery abound in the modern game. And leading the team in scoring, 8 to his name. Looking to score in back-to-back matches. For the first time since April. It is Espinal, it's off the post! The Kickers' leading goal scorer denied from the spot. His first ever penalty in USL League One. Stymied by the frame of the goal. About halfway through the first 45, it would have been the start that Richmond was hoping for. There's only one goal that decided all 3 points the last time these two teams met. Take one more look at the spot kick. It is just beyond and outstretched him all night. He knew exactly where to go. Right off the center of the post as well. It's unfortunate for Darren Espinal. A mistake at the back is nearly punished. They have kissed the crossbar on the way through. Lasered over by John Baccaro. Would have been his third of 2025. Wide open, Cheney picks him out, the bouncing ball, he does well to lock his ankle and drive through it. Just got underneath it. Woodwork coming into play at both ends of the pitch. All night. Don't think he got a touch on it, so it won't go down as a save. But the last penalty kick he did save in USL League One back on May the 13th against, funny enough, the Charlotte Independents. Case of deja vu for Charlotte's new man in town. A number of names from that 2023 match still featuring for Charlotte. Nick Spielman started that game, so too did Omar Sis. Clay Dimmick. Fabrice Nga came off the bench. Tresor Mbuyu as well was in the first 11. He's available off the bench tonight for the Independents. Lovely ball in behind. Amal Knight reacts to it quickly. Flag stayed down against Nils Seufert despite the appeals from the visitors. Fitch leaves the stud in late as well. Touched on it at the beginning of this match, how Amal Knight isn't keen to just sit on his line. He wants to go out and be a presence in that 18-yard area. Darren Sawansky has to be encouraged with what he's seen from his side thus far. Some real positives for the man who's been at the helm of this club since 2019. Led this club to a winning record in his very first year in charge. Successful pass in the channel for Charlotte. Key to the game coming in handy for the hosts as Mike Jeffries watches on. Assumed the head role at Charlotte the same year, 2019. Had a chance to ask him earlier this week about the adversity that his side is facing in terms of their bright start to the year and their struggle to find 3 points in their last few outings. And he says, coach of his experience and with the roster, the talent that they have, it is only a matter of time. They have taken a closer look under the microscope. As for things that have gone well in recent weeks, things that haven't. They just might have found the path to success. Terzaghi finds a path in behind and has fired it over from a very tough angle. Amal Knight was racing out of his 6-yard box to exchange words with the assistant referee. He wanted the offside flag, which never came. Stays alive with the Independents. Hauregi turning, stumbling, taking contact, but staying on his feet. Now Baquero once again. 3 red shirts swarm him. He coughs it up. Terzaghi. Argentine dispossessed fairly, right in front of the official. Just a few sequences there. Couple tough tackles. Again, both teams have had a lot of space to operate on the ball. We haven't seen a lot of coming togethers. That may change as the night goes on. Fitch once again splits the midfield. Diving header though from Anton Sorensen. Creative way to cut that out. And now a much simpler pass into the feet of Omar Sis. Sees his feet swept out from underneath him. And won't get the quick restart either. Good link-up play from Charlotte, and a fortunate bounce as well. Cheney's in behind, and Christian Cheney scores. Into double digits for the campaign. Goal number 10 from Charlotte's veteran. Closing in on the Golden Boot race and opening the scoring on the road for the Independents. Just needed a lucky bounce, and they got one. Clay Dimmick with an excellent pass, perfectly weighted. And Christian Cheney is never going to miss from that sort of range. Mentioned how rare it is for him to be able to turn and look at goal. On his chance, he dispatched it expertly, showing love to the badge that he has worked so hard to represent. Came to this club back in 2020. Saw a few matches off the bench, but head coach Mike Jeffrey saying there just wasn't a place for him yet. He had the talent, but Charlotte had an incredibly deep roster offensively, and so Christian Cheney went on the road, went to Central Valley Fuego, scored a couple goals there, went to Forward Madison, was Domingo's all-time goal getter until just a few weeks ago. He was overtaken by Derek Gebhardt. When the opportunity came to bring him back to Charlotte, Mike Jeffries pounced. He said his skill and his athleticism is unmatched. His fitness has gotten better, but more importantly, the confidence is there from Christian Cheney. He plays like a forward now, in every sense of the word. You have to be willing to wait long stretches of the match to see the ball, and you have to have the composure to make the most of just a few seconds when you get your shot. Cross allowed to bounce. Nobody there at the back post for Richmond, seeking the immediate response. Bounce going the kicker's way. O'Dwyer will have a go! And Amal Knight sprawling into the air to deny him. Welcome back to USL League One, Amal Knight. That is a save we have seen time and time again through the years. What a stop it is. It's a great hit as well by Chandler O'Dwyer. And as soon as he pops up, back to his feet, Amal Knight immediately issuing instructions. Clipped in and headed over. Knight was fighting for it in the air and got a touch to it in the end. Maxi Schenfeld on the natural left foot. He's put a couple of these crosses into a very dangerous area, right at the top of the 6-yard box, and hope somebody gets a touch to it. Amal Knight with a more confident punch this time around. Body still forward for the hosts, and then the ball poked well away. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Bill Hart along, and it's 1-1! What a finish that is! Richmond do get their equalizer. Adrian Billhart setting it up with just his second start of the year. But it's an expertly taken strike into the bottom right corner. What a hit it was. Darwin Espinal waiting for his moment. And now he's on to 9 for the year. The leading goal getters for both sides, getting on the score sheet once again in the first half. Terzaghi, Richmond with some real swagger in their step now. Look at the confidence from this side. Numbers forward. Bilhard down once again. Terzaghi stumbling. Whistle staying silent this time. Players going to ground there, but Caro crashed down hard. Losing possession now. It is the first goal that Richmond have scored against Charlotte in quite some time. Last two meetings were a 1-0 win for the Independents, who have numbers forward now. And Jai, nowhere to go. Try from distance, and it's wide by some margin. Things taking a chaotic turn as that one will go out for a corner kick. Just looking to see when the last time Richmond scored was against Charlotte. It is their first goal in 231 minutes against the Independents. Joao Gomeru scored in a 1-0 Richmond win back on September 14th, 2024. Elsewhere in League One, Greenville have taken a 2-0 lead over forward Madison at home. A brace for Opapa Mensah, the former Chattanooga man. Schenfeld, quick feet from the fullback. Forced wide for now, Espinal. Dwyer shrugging one off. Now Fitch, Bilhard. Back with Chandler O'Dwyer. Forced to turn once again. Quick play from Richmond. It draws another corner kick.
Your attention please. Sharon Tingen, please make your way to fan services. We have one of your items. Sharon Tingen, please make your way to the fan services table on the concourse.
Referee rather will give a little more space for the throw-in. Vaughn, good looking ball, seen all the way by Sheeran Jai. Jai doing a lot of work defensively though. Coach Mike Jeffries does like him in a more offensive-minded role. The better box-to-box midfielders in the league in the eyes of his head coach. Cheney. Big sliding challenge from Emiliano Terzaghi. The forward won the ball, but only for a moment. As now Njai goes down, and the whistle will sound. That's exactly why Bashir Njai needs to go forward more often in the eyes of Coach Mike Jeffries. Has that skill just to weave through defenders so effortlessly. Vaquero, the dead ball specialist, will stand over it. It's going to be Moshabani to his right. Vaquero to send it in. Open header at the back post. And it's Bashir Njai who retakes the lead for Charlotte. Right on cue. The man who operates best offensively is onto the score sheet in the 45th minute. Just talking about the impact that he has and how important it is for him to get forward. It's a great ball from Vaquero. And Njai does so well to pick his spot. Doesn't have a lot of space between him and Pablo Jara. Headed right into the bottom right corner. His fourth of the campaign, and what a pivotal one that could be. Coach Mike Jeffries said earlier this week that they have to just grind out the result. It doesn't matter if it's pretty. They need 3 points tonight. And Charlotte on the road doing something that they haven't been able to do in a lot of recent matches, and that is rally and respond. Concede an early penalty, go and get the first goal. Concede an equalizer, go out and retake the lead. Sagi dragged down with a bit of a bear hug in the end from Javon Romero. As things stand right now, just 3 minutes of time added on at a minimum. Stoppage time presented by Gaiki Ramadre. And if this holds, it will be the first lead that the Independents have taken into the locker room since August 15th. A lead which they managed to hold against Westchester, their only win in their last 12. It would be a big-time shift in their season and in the playoff push as well. Fitch has space to try his luck. Gets underneath it in the end. Furious with himself that he didn't put it on target. It had so much space to as well. Look at the separation he gets. Granted, 2 defenders in front, it was going to be difficult to pick his spot. There was no follow through in that shot from Simon Fitch. Just stopped his leg. You can see the spin that the ball had going up and over the goal. Charlotte get a third before the interval. Lofted in, sent away for now. Referee having continued discussions as well. No chance for Simon Fitch to go forward as the halftime whistle has sounded. Bashir Njai with the go-ahead goal into the locker rooms after Christian Cheney became the 3rd player in USL League One this season into double-digit figures in goal scoring. Darwin Espinal with the penalty miss back in the 25th minute. So an action-packed first 45 halftime presented by Simplicity VIP. We'll take a look at the highlights, the news and notes around the league, and so much more. You won't want to miss it.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
Minutes down, and Charlotte have the lead on the road. 3 goals so far, 2-1 in favor of the Independents over the Richmond Kickers. There have been so many goals across USL League One so far this year, but there are a few leaders that stand at the top. Juan Carlos Obregon Jr., who finished second last year with 13 to his name. Carson Henderlong right on his heels at 12, but now Christian Cheney into third on his own with 10. Darwin Espinal as well with 9. This was coming into tonight, the numbers you see now, but obviously a goal for both of those players. Swebu Maru as well with 8, Joshua Kirkland and 7. There's a couple players tonight that could charge up those standings and close the gap on 1 and 2. It is going to be a photo finish for the Golden Boot in 2025. As for the team of the week, after the 3-3 draw between Texoma and Spokane, a number of players getting the team. Jalen Chrysler scoring in back-to-back matches for his first and second goal for the Velocity. Nico Brett named the player of the week, who scored against Texoma. Oscar Spengler scored in that match as well. Brandon McManus had a brace. Nico Gerling, the rookie from Young Harris, 4-1 Knoxville, continuing the rich tradition from that school, as Vern Shipman gets the nod in between the pipes, and Matt Poland with another accolade to add to his very quickly growing resume, named the coach of the week for FC Naples. Let's take a look at the goal and the save of the week in USL League One.
Headed down, Devin Boyce has a shot, backheel, it's in! Souza has done it! The flock interrupts!
It would be the dream start to the second half for Spokane. Garcia saved!
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador, Spiked Bebidas.
We would not have a business today if it weren't for the support of many, many people within the Richmond community. To me, we're working as a team to enhance the quality of life for all residents.
It's about being the best that you can be. It's about enriching the lives of people in your community. There's a reason why we have the tagline Nourish, because it's really about nourishing the lives of the people that work for us and the people that we serve. That's what the UCROPS brand stands for.
45 minutes in the books. Halftime presented by Simplicity VIP. Charlotte with the 2-1 lead over Richmond, and so much to talk about across the USL. It's hard to narrow down just a few talking points, but as for this week's news and notes, everything you need to know, Javier Garcia not only saving 2 PKs in a match, he saved 5 this season. 5 in a row, by the way. That's tied with Austin Pack for the most saves ever in USL League One history. And oh, by the way, he's done it all in one campaign. Funny enough, Texoma also the only team in League One to not be given a penalty of their own. As for the Peach State Derby, South Georgia Tormenta and Greenville in what will be a pivotal matchup, 2 playoff chasing teams with the lead going towards South Georgia, the 25th edition. Meanwhile, SC Naples extending their unbeaten streak to 10. The expansion club quickly making up ground in the playoff race. And it's going to be so close. It will go down to the final day, surely, with how the table is shaping up in USL League One this season. As for some of the scores around the league, we mentioned Ropapa Mensa with the brace against Forward Madison at the break. His former club, the Chattanooga Red Wolves, leading the table against number 2, Spokane, tomorrow at 7. That's going to be a good one. Meanwhile, FC Naples will put their winning streak to the test against the Portland Hearts of Pine, who scored 5 here at City Stadium on Wednesday. Meanwhile, at the same time tomorrow night, 2024 champion Duke Omaha will take on one Knoxville. All right, we will step aside one more time, but before we do that, we'll take a look at the waves the USL has been making on the transfer market.
When Nick Marcanic arrived at Charleston Battery in 2023, he had no idea what his future would hold. But after a 28-goal Golden Boot regular season in 2024, Marcanic was on the radar. A 6-figure transfer to Castellón in Spain's 2nd division. A financial win for USL. One of many overseen by Oliver Wiss, USL's head of global football development and sporting director.
All around the globe, guys are moving all directions.
It's perfect timing. Literally a few days ago, the global transfer summer window closed. New records, $9.76 billion spent. Alone $3 billion in England spent. So USL is a very small part of it, but obviously part of my goal is to make USL a bigger part of it.
You see these things come across your desk. What are the steps to take it from that phone call to a deal happening?
Well, I think it's, first and foremost, it's negotiating a good deal, a proper transfer. That is obviously a transfer fee. That is a future sell-on, which is very important, which some of our players are getting now in our clubs. in the return, and then it's good incentives. So structuring a proper transfer deal is the key to a successful return of investment on player development.
Give me some of the big ones you've seen and some of the quality that's out there overseas, for instance.
I think you have to do the two records that started with the Weinman brothers, right? One going to Benfica, Josh and Elijah going to the LA Galaxy for record-breaking fees. Josh over $1 million. But then we have follow-ups like Fidel Barajas, where there was also a secondary when you moved from Charleston to RSL and then into Chivas Guadalajara, which gave a big return. We have the likes of Correa Osandina, right, that went to Feyenoord and now at Casapia. But now we just had another recent very good one with Mamadou Cheng that went obviously from Hartford Athletic into went to Minnesota United. Good transfer fee, and I'm sure there will be secondary transfer fee that everyone will benefit off.
Who might be next? The rumor mills could churn for USL players at any time. And the next transfer window begins January 2026.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Hey, I'm Watson. Welcome to the Compliment Barber Show. Come on in.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
Assist of the season. Now one behind Charlie Ostrom of Union Omaha, leading that category. Chance creation, the talking point for Charlotte coming into tonight. 2 goals from 2 shots on target. It's better for them. Meanwhile, Richmond, 5 of 8 on target. That is a big number and an excellent ratio as well, especially with the possession. Richmond doing a nice job of winning the second ball in the final third and recycling chances, keeping them alive. Still yet to see our first booking or offside flag. If you're just joining us, Richmond on the right side of your screen in the red, Charlotte on the left of the gold. No changes to the starting 11 for either side. There will be no clean sheet either for the two veteran goalkeepers, and at this point, both clubs may just throw numbers into the final third. Espinal with the response after missing the penalty kick 15 minutes before he found the back of the net. Christian Cheney, third in the Golden Boot race now. Bashir Njai, his fourth of the season. An expertly placed header. And now another dead ball opportunity for the man who assisted that header, John Baquero. It would take something quite special to provide a silver platter to a teammate from this sort of range. In fact, he will leave it behind. Sent in. Franca was there alone. Haro stayed on his line. Curious to see the goalkeeper not come out for that one, but didn't matter much at the end as the hosts get a goal kick. Vaughn. Runners going in the channels. Cella had a look, instead goes simple with Espinal. Forward line for Richmond staying very high, waiting for that long ball in behind, and right on cue it's sent to the far side. A lot of hang time on that one. Billhard fighting for it and wins the duel. Still with Adrian Billhard. Going away from goal, couldn't really have a go. That axis. Did hold it up well enough for Richmond to get numbers forward now. This is why you saw the 55% possession. They did well to take care of the ball. And right on cue, the announcer's jinx in full effect. Both sides playing with a lot of patience, something that has been hard to come by in recent matches. 5-2 here just 3 days ago between Richmond and Portland. That one just at a frantic pace, end-to-end action. The opening kick to the final whistle. Meanwhile, Charlotte, again, resiliency has been something that they have not been able to conjure in recent weeks. They've stayed in matches and they've fought valiantly, but they haven't been getting the goals. That changed in this first half. He will need to continue in the second. Richmond not going to let up. Billhard skips by a pair of defenders. Finds Seufert. 3 Charlotte players around him. The Independents will give it right back. It's a lovely pass from Pablo Jara. Made that look so easy. Incredible technique. The 31-year-old netminder. Espinal on the hunt for his brace. Stings the palms of him all night. Dimmick was backing off him, and there was space to try and curl that into the top right corner, but Espinal knows it wasn't the best hit from him. A player of his caliber is capable of something quite special. Espinal with A lengthy playing career that saw many teams added to his CV in the USL. Formerly of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, 1868, the New York Cosmos will be returning to League One next year. Detroit City. Espinal moving to Richmond to be closer with his family. Head coach Darren Sawanski says a player of his caliber has just been invaluable to us, not only for the character he is off the pitch, but also the experience that he provides on it, especially with the younger talent that Richmond have at their disposal. Lodge. Bill Harn making the run. Fitch trying to find him to the byline, and Terzagi's shot from a tough angle turned aside by Knight. The 5th save of the evening by him all night. Fell perfectly to Terzaghi, but maybe needs to look for the option there. Not the first shot from a difficult angle he's tried tonight, though. Another Richmond corner kick, sent into a dangerous area. Dominic winning the header at the back post. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Knight well out of his area, send it forward. Coming together, but play goes on. Baccaro, lovely challenge, but the danger not cleared as Christian Cheney gets his brace. On to 11 on the season, and the Golden Boot race is heating up. Franca went over. John Baccaro kept it alive, now level with Charlie Ostrom with 8 assists in USL League One. No one has more than those two. Just a clever little flick with the outside of his boot. Lodge went in for it, but didn't come up with it, and Christian Cheney first to react. For years and years, we have seen that backflip. League being put on notice. Hadn't scored since August 15th. Now his second brace this season. Had 2 goals in the match before that August 15th win against Westchester in a 5-4 loss to the Greenville Triumph. He has never had a hat trick for Charlotte. Sheeran Jai still down. scored the second of the evening for the Independents. That was the challenge earlier. Franco went up over the top, and this would be a very unfortunate sight to a player who's had an excellent season. The man from Senegal. 1 goal, 1 assist in 19 appearances last year for Charlotte. Tonight his 25th appearance in the league this season. 4 goals to show for it. Calling for it, and again, this is what we've seen from him. The leadership from the back and taking the full 18 yards of his area. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get our USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Jai, pocket of space on the near side. Looking for support. Cheney on a hat trick. Still Cheney, and drags it wide. Christian Cheney searching for the elusive 3-goal performance. Difficult shot. Second opportunity bouncing like that. Foot race at the other end. Bill Hart in a tussle. Small Knight once again will come out to claim, just barely keeping the ball inside the boundary. Cheney going down, and the referee will sound the whistle against Guillaume Franca. Number of players standing over the ball. Christian Cheney usually doesn't take free kicks. He will surely want his third. Instead, waits in the box for what may be a training ground play. Instead, Dimmick will go for goal. And Hara will smother it. Hara making his first save of the night. Given much of a chance on any of the 3 goals that Richmond have conceded thus far. It's the first time that Charlotte have scored more than 2 in a match since August 9th in that 5-4 loss to Greenville, as an obvious yellow card will be shown. Richmond wanted to go quickly, but there had to be a caution for the jersey pull there. Rafa Haregi with more than enough for the booking. Darren Sawatsky will go to his bench and make a triple substitution. Brought to you by Publix. Josh Kirkland in up top for Adrian Billhart. Griffin Garnett, the 18-year-old, his second season as a starter for Richmond, as well into the match.
This is your last call for alcoholic beverages. All sales stop after the 70th minute. Last call for alcoholic beverages.
Ryan Bayer, the third change, into the middle for James Vaughn. Kirkland into the box and getting his first few touches off the bench. Maybe still getting warm. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more on Sirius XMFC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Lovely 1-2. Cheney was wide open. The flag will go up. Sean as well, readying some substitutions as Christian Cheney has to be reminded to keep his cool. He'll talk his way into a booking. And right on cue, the Publix double change to be made now. Christopher Jaime will replace John McCarrow. 2 assists tonight, now level with Charlie Ostrom for the most in USL League One, and Rafa Haregi, the lone man, on a caution. He'll take a spot on the bench. Reese Nga. Instead, with 5 goals to his name this season, all the way from the back.
Visit the Three Notch Bar for main concessions on the concourse to enjoy.
They add some verticality to the Charlotte side, who will likely not sit back. Only a 2-goal cushion. Richmond have been slowly putting pieces together in the final third. Dwyer, Fitch, along the ground for Kirkland. Was able to get there, but it's a goal kick in the end. A little real estate there for him to operate within. Joshua Kirkland with 7 goals to his name. Came off the bench in a handful of matches last year, but only for a few minutes. Now making his 25th appearance of the campaign in 2025. He's a top 15 goal scorer nationally at the University of Mary Washington. Cleared away with force. Tuzagi. Bears switch foiled with a touch of Omar Sis. As Jaime will play it short for Moshabani. Jaime told to turn, but had a defender to his back shoulder, which he saw. Clever resolve from the 19-year-old. Made his pro debut all the way back on June 19th. 2021 for the Las Vegas Lights against Orange County. San Diego native Christopher Jaime. Kirkland now, waiting for teammates to arrive. Riesenga stopping him for a moment. Kirkland to the byline now, going over. Cross away, but right at him all night. A solid performance through 68 minutes and change tonight. His first ever in a Charlotte kit. Got enough on it for Jaime to move along. Now in Jai, who's gone to the far side. Saw him operating on the near side channel at the start of the second half. Again, that positional freedom that Charlotte gives its best players, but that is a crunching tackle by Bashir and Jai. He will be carded for it.
A yellow card caution has been issued to Charlotte number 11, Bashir and Jai in the 70th minute.
And that is a big tackle. Not a ton of options for the referee there. Could have considered maybe a red card. There is force in that, and not the best attempt to play the ball. Certainly reckless. Don't think there's enough for a sending off, but certainly a talking to. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Final 20 minutes of regulation from City Stadium. Philip Galati with you for the second meeting this season between Charlotte and Richmond. 2-1 after 45. Christian Cheney scoring his first and his second goal against Richmond. There's only one other team coming into this year he had never scored against before in USL League One, and it was Charlotte. Looking for his first ever hat trick. Bayer looking to cut into the deficit. Espinal looking for his brace. Falls to Terzaghi, saved, and the flag goes up. All night showing his appreciation for the assistant on the far side and putting his hands to his ears right in front of Richmond's most fervent and dedicated supporters in the Red Army. Terzaghi does appear to be offside. It's another great stop. What would have been save number 6 on the evening for him all night, which is a number that Matt Levy, starting goalkeeper for every other match this year in League One for Charlotte, number that he has not hit in one match. 5 the season high for him, which he's done thrice. All night, the last time he had 6 or more saves in USL League One, back on September 7th, 2024. Had 7 saves against the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, but in the end, Lexington would walk away with a defeat by a scoreline of 5-1. Hoping that he can be beaten a second time tonight. It's a big kick forward and a great pass, a pinpoint one at that. Sent forward again, but not before it crossed the boundary. Richmond faithful, as they always do, showing up in full force, braving the earlier weather today. It's been a much more quiet evening as far as the forecast goes. You can see the way the ball is bouncing on the field that there was some rain earlier today. Difficult to play through that. Espinal has played through the lines perfectly. Clever turn. Moved along one more time, but cut away. And now the break may be on. And Jai lost it a bit as he was looking to turn. And Dimmick brought down from behind for what will only be a verbal warning. Espinal with the pleas to avoid further punishment. Dimmick, who got his second assist of the year on Charlotte's first goal tonight. Cheney trying to turn. Garnett defending. Wins the foul as well. Another foul called. Richmond trying to go forward, but battling against some tough challenges. Jaime push and go into space, but look at the speed. Joshua Kirkland, the forward, getting all the way back. Christopher Jaime had about a 5-yard head start there. So now what does Richmond change offensively? Again, they've been trying that long ball to switch the point of attack, and they found some success, but that'll be a handball.
Your attention, please. Substitution for Charlotte in the 76th minute.
A lot of players checking back for those 5, 10-yard passes for the hosts as the visitors
In the match is number 21, Tumi Oshobani.
will make a change. Substitutions brought to you by Publix. David Moreno into the match to replace Tumi Moshabani. The 23-year-old from Colombia. And 4 goals to his name the last 2 seasons in Colombia's 2nd division. Now 3 goals and 1 assist to his name in USL League One. Jai goes over, does the smart thing there to put his body in between the defender and the ball. Fans voicing their displeasure at the decision. Bashir and Jai, again, when he's operating from box to box, that is when he's best. He's shown his value to this side tonight. Physical coming together as Cheney couldn't win it back cleanly, but does the sporting gesture to help Neil Soyfer back onto his feet. Terzaghi, Espinal, told to send it in. It's a good delivery! And the flag goes up. Joshua Kirkland was calling for it and denied what would have been his 8th of the campaign. It's a great ball, and you can see that he's offside there. Just made the run a tad early. Difficult to read for that bounce. It's a well-worked header. But even still, despite their displeasure at the decision, Richmond may be able to use that in terms of how they created that chance to spur another on. They have been winning the ball a lot more since conceding the 3rd of the night. Cheney and Jai to the near side. Moreno into the area, beyond an outstretched Jaime. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Trying to use the speed once again, and he will. What can he do in front of the Red Army? Fighting valiantly for the ball. Stay with the kickers for now. Baird caught underneath his studs. Cheney with the sliding challenge, and it's a good one. Jai. Jaime in support to his left. Give and go is on. Jai for Cheney. He's trying a Bergkamp-esque touch there. Sent it behind for Espinal. Knight has spilled it. It's still alive. He swiped for it. It's still alive. And eventually sent away from the 18-yard box. The Red Army wants a penalty. Espinal in search of his second. He's never able to really get the shot away. Terzaghi. Schenfeld. More touch in midfield. And now Charlotte can counter again. 4-on-4 opportunity for the visitors. Jaime going it alone. Took a deflection and will bounce wide. Pivotal touch right at the last. Christopher Jaime denied his first in USL League One. Take another look at that chance for Darwin Espinal. Great touch. Jamal Knight made a mess of it, but too many touches for Darwin Espinal. That appears to be a clean challenge. Jamal Knight got the ball, and then it was 18-year-old Richmond native Griffin Garnett sticking out a leg at the other end for it to glance wide to keep his side alive. So as of now, it is still 3-1 Charlotte over Richmond. Third time that Charlotte has scored 3 goals against Richmond. The last time that happened, though, you got to go all the way back. May 26, 2018. It was right here at City Stadium. Richmond now with numbers forward. Bayer trying to fight for it. He's done enough for a corner kick. Schenfeld standing over it. A lot of numbers forward, appeals for handball. Referee not going to oblige. David Moreno can't start the counter because it is an expertly timed challenge from Nils Seufert to win the throw. 8 corners for Richmond to Charlotte's 1. They've looked likely to do something with it every time. Terzaghi will have a go. Bends it wide. Haven't said his name too much tonight, Emiliano Terzaghi, in terms of a goal-scoring fashion. Seen him take a much more passing forward role, creating opportunities for teammates rather than taking them himself. May have just lashed at it a bit. Johnny going down once again, right at midfield. He's put his body on the line tonight a number of times for this Charlotte side. Cheney for the hat trick was deflected. this point, we will see Swaybu Maru substitute on in the final third. That may be Christian Cheney's last chance to do what he hasn't done in USL League One before. That is score 3 in one match. Espinal, clever pass. Terzaghi once again to the byline. Sliced across it. On his less favored left foot.
Your attention please, substitutions in the 87th minute.
On cue, it looks like Swaybu Maru will enter the match. As well as a change for Richmond. Substitutions brought to you by Publix. Hayden Anderson off the bench in favor of Maxi Shedfelt. Pele Usmanu will take off Anton Sorensen, and Christian Cheney with his second brace of the season. Now, Christian Cheney has closed the distance in the Golden Boot race. Eighth minute. If they are to cut into the deficit, Richmond, they mustn't tarry any longer. Seufert. Espinal, back for Seufert, flag stays down. Seufert goes down, so too does Terzaghi, and it is a penalty! A second penalty kick of the night awarded to Richmond. This match is far from over, and Emiliano Terzaghi knows exactly what to do there. Just trying to get in front of the defender, knows that there isn't really a play on that ball. Doesn't know where his teammates are, didn't pick up his head to look, just has to get himself in front of the defender. When he sees that big windup for the clearance, Terzaghi gets in between the man and the ball and draws the foul. It is a foul, and it is another spot kick. Espinal's was saved. O'Dwyer's one is scored. Game on. O'Dwyer with his 4th of the season from 12 yards, over and outstretched him all night. Nothing he was going to be able to do to keep that one out. And it is all to play for in the final few minutes. Charlotte in the playoff places. Richmond desperately trying to close the gap. A 5-goal thriller at City Stadium, and it is not over yet. The question is, how much more time will be added on? The answer is 6 minutes at a minimum. That is a substantial addition. Anderson will ready the trebuchet. Everybody in the box for it. Except for Nil Seufert. Watches on intently to the front post. Spielman wins the first header. Moreno the second. Seufert short for Anderson, who returns to sender. The Germans cross, headed by Lage. Never got a great look at it. All Night will take all the time he possibly can. Try and send this one as far as he possibly can. I think he likes how he hit that one. A little bit short in the end. Header into space. Anderson has fresh legs. Second to it. Espinal for Garnett. Teenager up from the back. Needs an option. Trying to wrong foot Swabu Maru and does. Incredible poise from the youngster. Effortless composure. Lofted switch. A collision in the air between Anderson and Moreno. Espinal able to keep it in play. Terzaghi with a pocket of space. Into the box. Emiliano Terzaghi cuts it back. Still alive. Poked away. Can the League One legend try and create something memorable? Anderson with the long throw. Gets it right back and goes over and earns the free kick. On David Moreno. Goodness, he has a bit of a temper. And Clay Dimmick will make sure that he avoids further punishment. On David Moreno did get a red card a few weeks back against Greenville for a shoving match. This time it's a yellow. And Anderson had his part to play as well, but it's usually the retaliatory party that is booked. To the back post. Lage went down, referee will wave this penalty shout off. 95th minute. Time very quickly winding down for the hosts. O'Dwyer, Anderson stood up into the area. Knight with a punch. Not the best contact. Goes out for a throw. Bayer was wide open. Instead, Anderson will sprint to the far side. In front of Richmond's most faithful. And the referee has seen more tempers flaring in the box. All Night given no room to breathe. With another awkward punch, still alive. Terzaghi going over. Won't get a penalty this time. Knows that he could have done more with that chance, just bouncing over his outstretched foot. This would be a big, big pickup for Charlotte. 3 teams were level on 31 points heading into tonight. The Independents, one of them, played again with a piece of it. Trying to create some breathing room between the playoff line. Espinal, one more heave. Terzaghi with the flick and didn't connect. A no-look back heel. One he won't want to watch back. Six minutes out of minimum have come and gone. The referee with the check of the watch. This may be the last kick of the evening. And it is. Charlotte in a 5-goal thriller. Hang on the road to get their first win in a month's time. A big sigh of relief from Mike Jeffries. His side have done just enough. Darwin Espinal, tonight's man of the match for the host, presented by Las Abogadas RVA. Missed a penalty, but scored a great goal in the first half. Take a look at that goal, tonight's play of the match. Adrian Villahard set it up. Darwin Espinal with the one-time finish. So well taken. Tonight's play on the match presented by Courtney Marriott. Into the bottom right corner. As Mike Jeffries knew that his side needed to grind out a result tonight, and they do. 3-2 the final. Post-game show coming up.
We would not have a business today if it weren't for the support of many, many people within the Richmond community. To me, we're working as a team to enhance the quality of life for all residents.
It's about being the best that you can be. It's about enriching the lives of people in your community. There's a reason why we have the tagline Nourish, because it's really about nourishing the lives of the people that work for us and the people that we serve. That's what the UCrops brand stands for.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
We choose Impossible Pups because of their enrichment activities and the fun photos they send home every day. We choose Impossible Pups because Kendall is excited when I drop her off, and she's excited when I pick her up.
My favorite part about working at Impossible Pups is that the staff here feels like family.
It's seeing your dogs come in and build long-lasting confidence.
At Impossible Pups, your dog isn't just staying at a kennel, they're staying at the home away from home.
Christian Cheney with his second brace of the year for Charlotte. Up to third in the Golden Boot standings. Number 10 and 11 on the campaign tonight at City Stadium. Darren Sawatsky's side fall just short in the end. Take a look at how it all unfolded. 3-2 the final, but how did we get here? 23rd minute. And the first penalty of the night awarded to Richmond. Adrian Villahard going over against Sorensen, who scored the lone goal in the first meeting between these two sides this year. Giving away the spot kick, but it is off the post. Darwin Espinal denied by the pipe. 10 minutes later, Christian Cheney with his 10th of the season. Cool as you like from just about 10 yards away. Something that Pablo Hart could do there. 5 minutes later, Richmond would respond beautifully. Espinal, what a goal this is. a subdued celebration, but it was 1-1 just like that. That was not all that was to be had in the first half as far as goal scoring goes, because Bashir and Jai had that header in the 45th minute to send Charlotte into the locker room up 2-1. His fourth of the campaign. You can see the reaction from the Charlotte bench. They knew how pivotal that goal could be, but it was far from their last. John Baccaro with another assist, and Christian Cheney wheels away in celebration. It's a clever little flick from Baccaro. Make that 3-1 Independence. In the 89th minute, though, Emiliano Terzaghi winning the penalty kick, the second of the night. This time up to take it was Chandler O'Dwyer, and it was a great penalty, to be fair. With power and precision, but it was not out in the end. This is how the table looks now. Charlotte up to 5th, level with Portland on points. Richmond with some work to do to close that gap. Greenville with a big result against Forward Madison today as well. We're ahead through 45 minutes, so some more movement in the table. 3-0 the final in that game. As we take a look at the full-time stats from this match. 16 shots for Richmond, 8 on target. Was excellent from them in terms of the chance creation, but Charlotte with only 12 shots in this match, 4 on target though. Again, the quality of the chances was the talking point for the Independents coming into tonight. 4 of those shots on target, but 3 of them goals. That's exactly what they were looking for. And now finding their momentum again in the final third. They could be dangerous as the season rounds its final corner. But that will do it tonight. Richmond and Charlotte meeting for the first time since the start of the year, and it is the Independents walking away with 3 points after scoring 3 to the Kickers 2. For everybody behind the scenes making this broadcast possible, our producer Hunter Nixon, I'm Phil Galati saying so long and have a great rest of your weekend. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.